Fleischman. I'm delighted to let you know the convocation has formed.
Congratulations, iSchool graduates. Well done. Also want to extend a warm Texas welcome to your families and friends. Thank you for supporting your graduates throughout their studies here at the UT Austin iSchool. Thank you. Thanks also to Faculty Marshal Dr. Leese and all the faculty and staff whose hard work have made this day possible, including our graduating students, many of whom have served as staff members, as teaching assistants, assistant instructors, and ambassadors. Thank you very much. And platform party, please be seated. Sorry. All right, so my name is Ken Fleischman. I'm currently serving as interim dean of the iSchool. Next year, I'll be serving as chair of the information school as we build new collaborations with computer science and statistics and data sciences in the new School of Computing. I know you'll all be out doing great things in your new jobs by then, but the value of your degrees continues to depend in part on our future success, and I believe that great things are ahead for the iSchool, just as I see great things ahead for all of you in your careers and in your lives. It's really an honor to have an opportunity to lead this great iSchool. I appreciate everything we've built together. Having served as founding director of undergraduate studies, I'm particularly proud of our informatics graduates. Our proposal was unanimously approved at all levels, and I knew we would attract outstanding students who would make us all proud, and we have been able to bring in an excellent group of students, provide world-class education. And I'm so proud of what each and every one of you have accomplished during your time here in the iSchool. So thank you everyone for all your great work inside and outside the classroom. Particularly want to highlight our capstone showcase. It keeps raising the bar year after year, not just because of our fantastic undergraduate students, but also our amazing MSIS graduates. It was remarkable to see projects ranging from research on preparing radiologists to use AI in their work, which can save lives, to user-centered evaluation of how to improve our transportation system, which can transform lives. iSchoolers make a difference in the world. So our MSISP students, I also had the privilege of working with Dr. Barber to design your degree program in information security and privacy. I'm so excited about the work you will be doing. Texans, your data is truly in good hands. And doctoral students, you're doing incredible research from human-robot interaction to health informatics. You're discovering new knowledge. You've learned from experts, but now in your exciting areas of specialty, you are the experts. Please keep in mind that you've all received an education, not just training. Technology will continue to evolve throughout your careers and lifetimes, just as it has evolved a lot during your time here in the iSchool. But you're equipped with fundamental understanding of the relationship between people, information, and technology, and how it can benefit society. Also want to remind you, you're now Texas X's. You're joining an elite network of professionals who make a difference through their work. Indeed, we're fortunate today to be able to hear from one of our most distinguished MSIS alums, Katie Prentice, the executive director of the Texas Medical Center Library. That's in Houston, just across the causeway from my old stomping grounds in Galveston, Texas. Katie is a double Longhorn, and she's a leader in her field. She served her community first as a Peace Corps volunteer, now as a library director. She's also published research on topics ranging from library space utilization to nutritional equity. So let's give Katie a warm Texas iSchool welcome.
Good afternoon, graduates, iSchool faculty and staff, families, friends, and special guests, here and attending virtually. I'm excited to be here. I do need to tell you that when I started planning this, I didn't know I had to compete with Colt McCoy, class of 2009, who's speaking tomorrow. So here it goes. Graduation is a special time. You know this. It's a celebration of a journey, of progress, of new beginnings. The University of Texas declares What starts here changes the world. This is now part of you and comes with a special responsibility to think differently about the world and then work to change the world itself. You should know that I did not have any idea that I would become a librarian, let alone a library director, when I was a child or even a new college grad sitting where you are today, 1 or 2 years ago. But before UT, I imagined that I'd do something in healthcare. So it wasn't entirely off track when I found my way to the health sciences and medical libraries. If you already have a plan for yourself, a job lined up, or next steps ready to go, this is great. But if you're not sure, also great. Find something to do, pay those bills, while you figure it out. How I became the person I am today was a combination of being open to new places and experiences and finding opportunities wherever I could. Around my sophomore year here at UT, my roommate and longtime friend gave me a button to put on my backpack that said, "I don't know where I'm going, but I'm on my way." I still have that button, and the wisdom reminds me that it's okay to see where the road takes me. Whether I knew it or not at the time and since then, my journey with libraries and information began in my school years when libraries were traditionally full of books, the ever-present card catalog, friendly librarians, and for reference, we had an encyclopedia at home as a child, years old. And so for those regular library visits, I remember using the card catalog, the paper index volumes, and eventually the trips to the public library to use the CD-ROM computers with shiny names involving silver platter for the shiny discs themselves. But you still had to check the journal list and pull the bound volumes, and then pay to take home copies to read. And then visiting the library as a child, my mom would always tell me I could have as many books as I could carry, which sometimes was a lot, and she reminded me to pay attention to the due dates and avoid the fines. But now I use my public library card every day, virtually, so I can fill my phone and my tablet with audiobooks and ebooks, and no fines. But this is not about nostalgia for a time when looking things up took more steps than baking a cake. This is about each of you, graduates, and what you will do tomorrow when you face the day. When I graduated from UT the first time, I was a liberal arts government major and ready for something, but I didn't know what. So I decided to join the Peace Corps while figuring it out. I was sent to the Republic of Latvia to teach English to high school students in a community for 2 years. In addition to teaching and community activities, I worked on a special project to organize and preserve materials that were created by 10 years of Peace Corps volunteers in Latvia. While working on that project, I considered my plans for after Peace Corps service, and I realized right there doing that project that work, the organizing, the digitizing, the making a plan for distribution and sharing the collection was fun and actually had potential for a career choice. And I'm sure at the time my family was very relieved that I finally had some sort of plan. And even at a job interview later, talking about that project, I think it helped me get a job, digitizing for a library. So fully inspired by my early 2000 Peace Corps digital project, I decided that when I returned home, I would apply to graduate school at the iSchool and work towards becoming an academic and university librarian. So during that journey in the Peace Corps, and as I became a librarian, I realized I love people. I love the learners themselves, meeting them where they are and helping them find what they need and developing skills along the way. So I started at the iSchool right after the other name change and was excited for my new beginning. And at the iSchool, I felt at home, learning new things and challenging myself to be outside my comfort zone with working with faculty and projects, student leadership, and a variety of internships. I also met people at the time who asked bluntly, why bother studying information? Or why do you want to work in a library? Everything will be free on the internet, right? And libraries won't be needed. So this wasn't new to me because I heard the same thing studying the liberal arts, so I took it all in stride. Does this sound familiar? So it's a great opportunity for me to remind each of you that you define your success, no one else. So bear with me for a moment, we're going to take a little detour on this journey. When people talk about librarians in pop culture, what do they say? Glasses on a string, cardigans, comfortable shoes. Maybe it's not all wrong. But being from the 1900s, I watched a lot of movies and TV as a child, including The Desk Set from 1957, Music Man, 1962, Party Girl, 1995, and the list goes on. TV also gets memories of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Parks and Recreation, The Librarians, cartoons, I watched a lot of TV, okay? But the pop culture reference that will always be in my mind is the 2004 climate disaster movie, The Day After Tomorrow. Not because the esteemed New York Public Library plays a central role, but because of a conversation between characters about having to look up the temperature at which gasoline freezes. So believe me, 2004 was not only the year I graduated from the iSchool, it was the year I nearly shouted out CRC Handbook of Chemistry and Physics in a movie theater sitting with my friends. And in case your curiosity is piqued, Jem and I told me the other day that gasoline freezes between minus 40 Fahrenheit and minus 100. So in those classes 20-ish years ago, I learned about the then mostly physical volumes, including that handbook that contains scientific and human knowledge, where to find things, how to help others use resources, but also how to think critically about what I found and what I would teach. Today, those volumes still exist, if they're even in print, likely ebooks, or simply notations on a Wikipedia page, or the fact stated by our personal digital assistants or generative AI platforms. I can imagine that someone seeing The Day After Tomorrow today, definitely watch it, for the first time may not notice that throwaway line about looking up frozen gasoline, and they would feel the movie as antiquated as I thought the libraries and computers in desk set when I saw that movie on Turner Classic Movies as a child, long before the World Wide Web and mobile phones were embedded in the fabric of our culture and lives. The way we seek and find information has changed and will yet keep changing as technology changes around us. While I didn't shout the name of that book in the movie theater in 2004, I certainly do now every time the movie is on TV, mostly for the record so that the fact has a notation, perhaps an audible citation and a place in history. My journey in librarianship has taken me across Texas, north of the Red River, and then back to Texas in 2020. I've worked on web projects, the reference desk, classes, on research, worked with students, faculty, and staff, served on an institutional review board for human subjects research, and even helped develop a free ebook on finding library jobs. And while now I am mostly in a management role, I love finding opportunities to help others with their research and knowledge building, and I absolutely love sharing my love of libraries with students and sometimes faculty who haven't visited in a while to see the many changes in services and spaces. Foot traffic in my library continues to increase, even with a predominantly online collection, and I attribute this to creating a warm, welcoming space for collaboration, study, and community. I spend a lot of time now talking to our community, listening to what they want, finding ways to serve their needs and their wants. So think about what you love, what you are good at, and how to bring those together. Working for the past 5 years in the Texas Medical Center Library in Houston has been amazing. Our library supports the research, education, and clinical care efforts of thousands of people who are working to change the world, one student, one patient, one research project at a time. Every book, every article, library database, or research project is supported and is part of changing our world. This graduation, as with the ones before and the ones yet to come, marks a moment of your substantial change. It's the end of school, maybe a beginning, maybe more school for some, starting life for others. And so as you consider how you will answer the challenge to change the world, remember that your world does not have to be global. You can consider your community, your neighbors, your fellow Texas X's, and with your efforts, large and small, you will be part of making the world change. You don't have to join the Peace Corps to change the world, but you can if you want. You can start today by thinking about how you use and find information, and then how you will use what you know to be the change you want to see. Then don't wait. Start something. Make something happen. Each of you studied some aspect of the journey of information and learned how people and information interact and change the world. It's as though the declarative, what starts here changes the world, is deeply embedded in learning itself. Through learning and reflection, the change happens within you, each of you. And then as you start your careers, your changes are already happening. It is hard to believe sometimes, but the careers that many of you will experience will be in jobs that haven't been invented. This is terrifying and amazing, and I know you're going to make the most of it because we're going to see things that we've only begun to imagine. When I finished my undergrad at UT, I didn't know what I was going to do, but I set out to do something while I was figuring it out. And serving in the Peace Corps was the answer which helped me find a career as a library and information professional. Little did I know at the time and when I started the program that I would grow and change along with libraries and be part of figuring out how to adapt to the future with technology changing faster and faster every year. After my first 20 years in libraries, I can't foresee the next 20, but I'm glad to be on the journey with all of you. I also hire occasionally, jobs. As you consider your future, be open to opportunities in places you didn't expect or even imagine going to live. For me, moving several times for work, while hard and sometimes scary, was an opportunity to keep learning and growing, and I would do it all again for the right opportunity. Think about where you want to live, what you want to do, and then be open to the opportunities to make it happen. Your network of fellow UT grads are part of that, and the network works both ways. Share those job posts, your ideas, keep talking with each other. I still see some of my classmates, and we love reconnecting. Starting today, you are the network, so don't be shy about taking part. As you think about tomorrow, I encourage each of you to join your local Texas Exes chapter, or start one if your home doesn't yet have a chapter. Start social, go to a game watch, and then volunteer for something. As you meet generations of fellow Longhorns, you will see how each one of us changes the world every day. Get involved to meet your fellow Longhorns, find ways to support our university, and even the future Longhorns we don't yet know. Change is inevitable for the iSchool and for the University of Texas itself. Pay attention, get involved, and be part of that change. You'll use your voices and energies to shape the future itself. So to conclude, I will leave you with how the old phone-based enrollment system text ended every session. I hear the chuckle, we know where this is going. Goodbye and good luck. And to that I will add, may the eyes of Texas be upon you all. Thank you.
Many thanks, Katie. It was great to learn about your journey to becoming a library director, and I hope your story will help inspire our graduating class to take on leadership roles in your organizations across your careers. Now, before we celebrate each and every one of our amazing graduates, let's give Katie another big round of applause for that inspiring speech. It's now time to individually recognize each graduate from the iSchool class of 2026.
We will begin with the recognition of our new Doctors of Philosophy in Information Studies. Tina Lassiter. Rachel Tunis.
Yao Cheng Chan.
Ajay Kumar Jaiswal.
Angie Zhang. Brawa Ferluchkai. Uno brota das.
We will now recognize the Master of Science in Information Studies graduates. Ruchika Motwani. Lucas McGill. Sarah Raiden Ash.
Karina Becerra.
Xenia Adelina Estrada. Sydney Paige Leipfritz. Hannah Joy Smith. Olivia Lucille Leffler.
Faith Nicole Poirier.
Lena Teckenbrock. Sadie Bell Spalding. Ruriko Morito. Jonathan He. Kylie Elizabeth Burnham. Abigail Anna Beckley.
Sofia Lorena Villarena.
Jonathan James Leary. Juliana Sol Martinez.
Anna Marie Ickes. Nicolette Carlo Magno.
Ishita Jindal. Hitanshi Daktode. Ishita Chituri. Shreya Mansingh Shinde. Salma Mohammed Abdurrahman. Mia Gieli Foley Huo.
Karen Huynh.
Ashton Jones. Zachary Gross. Tal Asulin. Alex Locke. Sanjay Reddy Kamati Reddy. Sai Nikhil Pillai Vivian P. Myers. Sabrina Templeton. Alejandro Sobalvaro. Libby Rochelle Sears. Abigail Rosalie Mazzacco. Nina Kaplan.
Amrin Hawk.
Yesenia Garcia. Alina Jax. Helen Kang. Deja Rain Perez. Stephen Tran. Xiao Lei Chin. Susie Grace Wright. Miranda Brooke Hickson. Tanisha Acharya. Leslie McGinnis Monclova. Emma Visser. Julia Jones. Veronica Yvette Westfall. Lindsay Thuy Tramwin. Sharon Lobo. Xiaoqi Zhang. Xiaohan Yan. Jia Liu. Tongsen Gao. Shixuan Zhou. Flora Wan. Jasmine Huang. Annie Yang. Zhou Ying Wang. Christine Chien. Wen Qing Shu. Xin Ling Xie. Pin Yin Kuo.
Dara Chang. Ming Han Chang. Dragon Lee.
Sojong Ryu. Pusti Sheth. Dia Patel. Twisha Patel. Jiting Zhou.
Tianyi Zhang,
Xuer Gu, Yawen Cao, Senika Goyal, Sneha Balaji, Ishan Marjit, Sai Prashant Raja Sundaram, Abhishek Kushwaha, Unch Disawal, Nihal Anthony Palokaran, Siddharth Dhaka, Mustafa Ali Akbar, Shrushti Adake, Dhruvi Gopani,
Shreya Kare, Sanjay Kumar Yanavelli,
Parth Praveen Agarwal, Stephanie Marie Aranda, Victor Omar Lopez, Kanika Agrawal, Saloni Mehta, Shadrach William Kie, Nupur Ajay Duri,
Fiza Ali,
Prasad Gampatro Katkadi,
Ishwari Garge, Mansi Chaturvedi,
Sri Lalita Ravuri, Akshaj Murhekar,
Pratyusha Gaduru.
Next, we have graduates receiving a master's degree in information security and privacy.
Scott Philip Nolan, Christopher James Gutierrez, Albert Holscher, Nathan Settlemeyer, Track V. Win, Stephen Reyna, Gustavo Chavez, Debbie Marcela Vera, JJ Thomas, Peter Muniz. Derek G. Manaligud. Lee Y. Jang. Jagadesh Lagasetti. Margherita Stabile. Carlea M. Hartfield. Grayson Lee Glidewell. Daniel Perez. Colleen E. Brearley. Ryan Muratore. Jesse Morka. Brian S. Bishop.
Next, we will recognize our graduates receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Informatics.
Anna Paula McAndrew.
Conley Janae Yangfu Her. And finally, we will recognize our graduates receiving a Bachelor of Science in Informatics.
Ryan Shea. Shunyu Lee. Roberto F. Salinas. Jacqueline Elise Ochoa.
Chinonye Maxine Mboji.
Rhea Lewis.
Hank He.
Rushil Vankamamidi. Keegan William Flaner. Utsav Nimavat. Agneya Aurora. Milani Thapa. Mona Jacqueline Harada Brown.
Angeline Aloysius.
Precious Vivian Oyeka. Amy Renee Aguirre Manriquez. Abdi Shri Karhati. Dagmawet Getu Kifle.
Sienna Elise Tyvet.
Kyle Castillo. Christina Liu. Julia Fang. Nithya Krishna Chimalamari. Maddie Brooke Cicero. Sydney Bella Frisch. Brionna Paige Domert. Jan Kim. Minji Kim. Meghna Akshara Trikur. Jose Andres Torres. Kieran Thomas Givens. Dylan Hong. Bonifer Astor Bergantine Jr. Laksh Subodh. Tushar Chowdhury. Tanush Kaushik. Sayanj Saxena. Abhiram Sai Naredla. Shivali Krishna Katamadam. Gemma Jill Ward. Anish Sachin Harwalkar. Jackson Brewster Holmes. Nadim Sarach. Jonah Dax Lesuk. Dawson Lin. Brandon H. Chung. Madeline Gomez. Jenna Kareem Hassan.
Harish Srinivasan.
Kareem Grar. Kyungden Bake.
Viti Johannes Tuparainen.
Tanya Arya. Mia Saavedra. Jamie Lindsay Ordonez. Avery Daniel Gilbert.
Ayomikun Kende Badamosi.
Alice V. Hewen. Aisha Malam. Phyllis Rose Stockton. Sella Grace Kime.
Lucy Marie Wylin Schilling.
Ria V. Potapinjara.
Misha Maya Ori.
Aparna Shah.
Kimaya Gitika Tall.
Divya Sharma.
Rachana Komaneni.
Chinmayi Chanuri. Sri Hana Mandava. Sushruti Vasireddy. McKenna Kathleen Landry. Charlotte Elise Collins.
Pranay Chalasani.
Arman Pahuja. Arshia Yogini Tota.
Kajal Kaur Chata. Alyssa Mena.
Colin S. Wolfhope. Pranav Reddy Pudu. Vicente Florentino Vega. Marsh Charles Bowe. Gio Montes.
Aurelia Tan.
Ruhama Kabir. Kayla Tran. Maggie Doe.
Sandra Nicole Lay.
Quay Dang Men Win. Yasmin Umair Bashadi.
Amina Tahir Chaudhry.
Irene Sibby. Pranav Sahil Apikatla. Claire Chun. Molly May Du. Kiona Kapoor. Aswati Manoj. Shreya Nimagada.
Satvik Konidena.
Joshua Logan He. Christine Kim. Srija Kupam. Asiya Sultana Jilani. Devarsh Shah Julie Jones, Ayomide Taiwo Badamosi.
Dean Fleischman. Those are all of the graduates today.
Very good. It's a good warm-up for tomorrow. It's my honor to present to you the 2026 graduates of the UT Austin iSchool. Let's make some noise, iSchool class of 2026. We're ready for tomorrow. This is good. Okay, so as a reminder, the university-wide commencement ceremony honoring all graduates across the university will take place tomorrow at 7 p.m. at the Darrell K. Royal Texas Memorial Stadium. The gates will open at 5:30 p.m. Graduates who wish to sit on the field and graduate seating must have a ticket. All graduates received an email with a link to those tickets. The link is also available on the commencement website. Guests do not need a ticket to attend. Please note the clear bag policy is in place for this event. More information about this and prohibited items like strollers and umbrellas can be found on the commencement website. Hopefully we won't need umbrellas. Hard to predict the weather, but okay. So I hope to see y'all there. Hope you're ready to make some noise to celebrate the iSchool and all of your accomplishments. Great job, everyone. So today is the first day of the rest of your careers and lives. But as we say here in Texas, y'all stay in touch. The iSchool continue to be a resource for you throughout your careers. And after you make it big, please keep us in mind. We are always trying to pay it forward to the next generation. You're now proud graduates of the UT Austin iSchool, and I look forward to following the amazing things that you'll do throughout your careers. Y'all stay in touch, you hear? And hook 'em horns. All right, thanks everyone, congrats, good job, thank you.